Hello everyone and welcome to another Getting Stuff Painted, my, at this point, almost weekly update of the things that have been getting painted for the various games we cover on the channel, although as we play more and more games again, it'll be less and less time for painting, but on a roll at the moment. Got a lot of miniatures done here. I'm not going to sit and try and count them up, and I really should have done that before pressing record, but we've got some miniatures from Godtear, Resident Evil 2, Wasteland Warfare, Marvel Crisis Protocol, and then some oddities at the end that I'll go into more detail about in a second. Also, I am recording this on new camera. Let me just adjust it slightly so I can see the finder better. We're going to test it. For instance, I want to just test this real quick. How far can we get in there? That's pretty good. It's a little blurry on the side because it's not focusing on Nebula, but that's okay. So I think it's better. Now, I might still block the light. We'll see. But you've already seen Lorsan in the most recent Godtear battle report, but let's see if I can get this in view without having to use my hand. I think I'm still going to need to use my hand, yeah, because of all the detail in the background. That's unfortunate. Hang on, maybe if I do it this way. Left hand blocks less light. So again, everything here is done with contrast. Lorsan was done with Skeletal Horror, Talisar Blue, Griffhound Orange for her hair. Very channeling Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn. A lot of that went into the style I picked for this. When I'm picking how to colour a Godtear character, I just look on the image tab on Google for their name, find how other people have painted them, and then pick and choose bits that I like. And I thought, oh, that style looks very like Aloy, I'm going to do that one. And this is her banner. So we get some bad lighting initially just to make the auto zoom know that this is the focus. It is faster, I'll say that. So this is her banner. It's kind of like a Celtic wreath almost. And then we have her Mistwood Rangers, who I must admit, not super interesting to paint, so I don't think I put in as much effort as I might normally. They're just elves with bows. I'm not an elf fan, honestly. I'm one of those boring sods that always just wants to be basic human in fantasy settings. I know. But they're a jack of all trades. That makes them better. I also kind of regret making all of them blonde. I feel like I should have done some variety and make another brunette or another one with ginger hair like the Aloy or Lorsan, which is doing her best Aloy impersonation. That one's kind of alright. I like bows as a weapon. It's just fairly generic minions. Not as fun as like the Froglodites that we saw last time that went along with Half Tusk. Good enough job though. Oh, Agrax Earthshade went over all of them to make the colouring deeper, which did make them stain a little bit, but just the Skeletal Horde wasn't good enough. So, Marvel Crisis Protocol, hot off the press, finished this yesterday. White is so hard to do. So this is Gamora from Marvel Crisis Protocol. It's Grey Seer with Nuln Oil over the top, and then a little bit of edge highlighting as well. Well, sorry, no dry brushing on the edges because I can't do edge highlighting. Warp Lightning for her hair, and Plague World Forest for her face with some Beltan wash over it. I didn't try and pick out any more detail because I didn't want to ruin it. I kind of stopped when I was like, okay, it's sort of looking okay. If I keep going, it'll look better if it goes well, but if it goes badly, I'm going to ruin it. So I was like, step away. Down the line, might take another stab and add more. Turned out better than I thought it would have. But yeah, white armour is very difficult to do. So then we have her sister, half-sister, or whatever they're classed as. Dark colours. Oh, there we go, kind of adjusted. Nebula herself. Two-threat assassin, can't do anything with objectives but kills people faster if they're holding objectives. That is Shyless Purple with a dry brushing of Gene Stealer Hide, I think it is, over top. Talisar Blue for their skin, and then just Leadbelcher for her swords and her robot arm. The thing she's standing on with Agrax Earthshade over the top. And the usual grey done for the base. Not too bad. She is perched on a very precarious point on this miniature. Although the connection point isn't actually her foot, because her foot has part of the plastic that attached to it. You slide it into this. So it is sturdier than you would think, but one strong accidental knock could bend that quite badly. So need to be careful with that. One miniature from the Resident Evil 2 board game, because this needs to get done. if indeed all the A series campaign is done. G3, is this G3? He's got the pipe, he's got the 2 heads. Yeah, then it's this one, the dog, and then the train. Yeah, this is William Birkin stage 3. Done with mostly not Guilliman flesh, the other contrast I always... Darkoth flesh, something like that, with washes over the top, a little bit of Blood Angel's red, and some white mixed in to make that pinker for the iris of his bloodshot eye up there. It's a great mini, I like the mini. And he's the A scenario final boss. There's more in the B scenario, but he's the A scenario final boss. So we might see him going forwards. And then there's also just 2 Fallout Wasteland Warfare miniatures done real quick. Are they going to get picked up? I'm going to have to put my hand in. Has to get the hand, totally focus, and pull away. Okay, that works. 2 laser turrets, just to get them done. So that's 2 laser turrets and 2 machine gun turrets done now, which come in a set together. You can just have them be point defenses, or you can bring them as part of your crew as well. So now, the oddities. Let's just start with Colossus. This is just a Marvel Universe miniature from the X-Men starter set. Colossus himself, he's kind of tanky, obviously, because look at him. I like the mini, I like it's his classic costume. Nothing fancy, but again, contrast and lead belcher. So he is done. But then I also managed to track down the Spider-Man that Night Models did. He's a little more bent forwards than he should be because of some damage to the metal. But yeah, that is the Spider-Man from the Marvel Universe. And I did say I wasn't going to bother getting the Marvel Spider-Man, the Night Models Marvel Spider-Man stuff, because they're not technically part of the game. But I thought they came with the rules for them. I was wrong, and that's why I have his rules behind me. The Spider-Man game was not grandfathered into Marvel Universe. The Spider-Man game was grandfathered in the Batman. That is how a first edition Batman card looks. I can prove it because I have one here for the mini I'm about to show you. Oh, as I drop it on the floor, of course. That is a first edition Batman card. So actually, if you go out of your way to find the old Spider-Man minis from Night Models, you can use them in Batman games. Now, there wasn't that many. Spider-Man, Daredevil, Spider-Man's followers, Superior Spider-Man, Green Goblin, and his followers, I think that's it. And Venom, but he's technically Marvel Universe, he didn't even get his rules printed. So yeah, I found that really interesting that he has stats for first edition Batman, which Mr. Hammer has. I managed to track down some first edition Batman minis, metal, of course, of minis I like that are based on the Arkham games, because the Arkham games are great. This is Mr. Hammer from Arkham City. That is not quite in focus. Oh, I think it's there. You might also hear a dog drinking some water in the background. I got ambitious with this one. I even tried painting on the hammer and sickle tattoo, the fists on his breasts, and the Arkham logo, or Arkham on his prison thing. One half of the conjoined twins, the other one is, I can't remember his nickname, is it just Sickle? And he works for the Penguin, but this one works for Joker. He's got a big hammer, and he's a psychic, and I'm going to fit him in the next 3rd edition Batman Battle Report now that he's done, because I love the mini. It's very nice. Probably never getting updated, because again, he was exclusively in Arkham City as far as I know. But the other thing I got done, 3 disgusting bases of rats, which may not be in focus, or in good lighting, but they're horrible, for a rat catcher. So yeah, he comes with these bases. I put blood on them and everything to make it look like they're devouring something or someone in the pile of rats. Actual rats are very nice, incidentally. My sister collects and breeds rats, so I'm familiar with them from when we still lived together. So, you know, rats are cute, they pee and poop all over the place, but they're adorable pets. So this is Ratcatcher, second edition Batman Mini, is what I wanted to say. Had it sitting, waiting to be done for a long time. I don't know how he is in 3rd edition. In 2nd edition, I believe he was actually pretty good because he's very cheap. And because he can keep spawning rats, he can keep on keeping people busy. He's only like 50 rep, I think. Now the trick, his rules basically translate into 3rd edition perfectly as well. The only thing that changes is for him to summon more rats, he has to use efforts, so he's injuring himself, essentially, to do it. The reason I hadn't tackled the mini for a while is it looked quite complicated. Contrast paint, with a little bit of wash on top helped make it look like I knew what I was doing more than I did. And that's some nurgling slime on the bottom of the base as well there. So yeah, I'm happy with how that turned out. So that is another Got Stuff Painted update with some props to show you. There'll be some more first edition Batman minis from the retro pile next time. There'll probably be a lot of Gotham City Chronicles. I've got all these boxes sitting from the unboxing that you may have seen. Ideally I need the first edition stuff to arrive and start painting that up en masse so that I can start doing games of it. But because it's still not shipped from Paris, got the second edition stuff, so why not do some of it. There'll be a painting video up next on the channel, I think, of something from second edition Gotham City Chronicles. I'm not sure what yet. So there'll be some of that, and then hopefully some surprises. Who knows? Don't want to spoil it all. So thank you once again for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And this will hopefully also encourage you to get on with your own great piles of shame and get this stuff painted. If I was to raise the camera slightly, you would see a bunch of Godtear miniatures just out of shot over there, also waiting to get painted. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Ta-ta for now.